Tyler. Well, hello, fifth grade students, parents, faculty members, and family members. I am here to tell you that excellence lies before every one of you in these front few rows. You made it through Margaret. For some of you, 6 long years. By being a former Mountain Lion, I'm very aware of all the semester projects, CRCT prep work, endless amount of homework you had to do. Parents, I'm fully aware of all the hours you put in, not to your job, but to come home and help your kids work on their semester projects that they probably procrastinated and forgot to tell you about. My parents were victims of that too. As I congratulate on these things, I'm also here to tell you that this is not the end of the line. There is still a lot of excellence for you to attain. There were many lessons that I learned in my 6 years of being a Margaret Mountain Lion. A few of them were self-control. All things done in the dark eventually do come to light, and you control how well you do in school. Self-control is a lesson that I had to learn early. A problem that I had as a young child was sugar intake. If I ate too much sugar, I was bouncing off the walls. You can ask all of my teachers. I did everything to get all of my energy out. I ran up and down the hallways. I even hid under a couple of tables a few times, but anything to try to get it out. I knew what my problem was, I just didn't correct it. But once my parents and Ms. Ziegler and Ms. Guilford knew what my problem was, it got fixed quickly. They limited my lunch account. I could not buy anything. The big ice cream cooler, I couldn't get any of that. I couldn't get cake. When I typed my lunch number in, it said no sugar. So I couldn't eat anything. But there's only so much a 5th grader can take. I soon started bribing my friends into buying me ice cream, cake, and not letting anybody know. And I was getting away with it for a long time. But the only thing that stopped me was my Game Boy. One day I got in so much trouble at school that my parents took my most prized possession, my favorite toy, my Nintendo Game Boy Color. That hurt me so much. I then went to school and I stopped having my friends buy me candy and cake. I was happy that I got my Game Boy back. Ms. Guilford was happy she didn't have to call my parents every day. Ms. Ziegler was happy that she didn't have to see me every day. And my parents were happy that they didn't have to stop working every day to get a call from Ms. Ziegler. My mistake was that I knew what my problem was, yet I didn't control it. Once adults around me forced me to control it, I saw positive change in my behavior and my grades. Students, do you know there's really no such thing as being sneaky? No matter what you do in life, at least one person is going to find out. Whether it's because your parents said don't eat ice cream before dinner and you sneak and get ice cream anyway. Maybe you left an empty bowl with the milk syrup left in the sink that you didn't wash out. Or because they noticed some of the ice cream is gone out of the tub. They will find out eventually. Something like this happened to me when I was in 4th grade, except for what I did in the dark literally came to light. One Thursday, I took it upon myself to look inside of my Thursday Courier. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Thursday Courier, it's a large brown envelope that contains all of your grades and announcements that you're supposed to take home to your parents. They're supposed to see everything inside of the Courier, sign the back of it, and bring it back on the following Friday. However, one Thursday, I got the bright idea to go inside of my Courier, take out all of my bad grades, take out parent-teacher conferences requests, and I only left good grades and announcements that I wanted my parents to see. This bright idea struck me around January or February, and I was getting away with it for a really long time. Until one day, my 4th grade teacher, Ms. Davis, decided to look at my desk. And one Friday, a piece of paper fell out of my desk that shouldn't have been in my desk. That then led her to look inside of my desk to see what everything else was inside of my desk. But I had to do a semester project, so I was at home working, and I forgot my textbook at school. And my mom got so upset at me that she immediately drove me up to Margaret. I ran inside, I found Mr. Johnson, the custodian, and he led me inside of the school. I ran inside to Ms. Davis's classroom. It was pitch black in there, but I knew exactly where my desk was, so I didn't turn on any lights. I did notice, however, that there was a mound of stuff on my desk. Being a fourth grader, I didn't care. I just wanted to go home, finish my project, and go outside and play. But sometime in between me doing my project and coming back to school on Monday, I realized that all the stuff on my desk were the papers that I had hidden inside of my desk. As soon as my mom dropped me off at school the next day, I knew exactly what was going to happen. I walked into the cafeteria. I usually eat 2 lunches and 2 breakfasts. I didn't eat anything. I was so afraid to go to class that I almost just stayed in the library all day. But I knew that I would get in more trouble if I didn't go. So as soon as I walked in the door, all the students were looking at me with their eyes big, and Ms. Davis immediately started yelling at me. When she saw all the bad grades and the parent-teacher conferences that I told her my parents did not want to go to. That then led her to look inside of my book bag and found even more grades that I had hidden. The moral of the story is, you will get caught. If you're doing right from the beginning, you have nothing to worry about. You control how well you do in school. Many students like to blame teachers and friends about maybe the teacher doesn't like me or I got caught because my friends were talking. But you control how well you do in school. You didn't do good on the homework assignment not because the teacher doesn't like you because she's trying to fail you. You didn't do well on the homework assignment because you maybe were playing in class when the teacher was talking. That isn't as much of a problem in elementary school as much as it is in high school and when you soon enroll in college. Because if you get in school, particularly high school and college, if you get there and you tell the teacher, I'm in trouble because my friend tapped me on the shoulder and I turned around and tripped him, you're getting in trouble. At the end of the day, authorities do not care why you got in trouble. They just know that you got in trouble. And it's up to you to keep yourself out of trouble. Learning these lessons will help you achieve the excellence that's at all of you guys' feet. To be the kind of person you want to be, however, there are some characteristics that you have to portray. These characteristics are higher achievement, balance, and giving back to your community. I'm a junior at DeKalb Early College Academy, and as Tyler has so graciously said, I'm a very busy person. I took all accelerated courses my 9th and 10th grade year of school, and now I'm fully enrolled at Georgia Perimeter College. I'm taking all college classes, and all of my classes will count towards my associate's degree that I will receive at the end of next year. You cannot settle for average and expect to achieve excellence. You must strive for the stars and achieve your goals. When you get to high school, take advanced placement in international baccalaureate classes. Don't just settle for the average class because you want to get an easy A. These classes will challenge your mind and set you apart from your peers. Higher achievement can also be applied to more things other than education. I also run track, so I chose to strive for excellence in academics and athletics. I'm a very competitive person, and it shows greatly on the track. Every summer I push myself to perform to the best level that I can. If I know that I can perform better, I will make myself perform better. I put in all the work and I put in all the initiative that I need to put in order to achieve all of my goals. The common stereotype for student athletes is that they take easy classes just to breeze through the system, just to go on to the next level, just so they can do whatever sport they want to do. However, the only problem with that is that this stereotype occurs when there's a lack of balance. You cannot let your extracurricular activities influence your schoolwork. Many of you will go to high school, become team captains, varsity players, get scholarships, but you can't allow that to overcome your schoolwork. You have to have a balance between going to practice and going to the library to get your work in. You have to go to your teachers to let them know you have a problem the same way you would go to your coach to know that you don't know the play. You have to put in the same amount of work that you do at home doing push-ups and sit-ups that you would learning the math problems and learning formulas. I very well know this lesson. I'm a co-captain of my track team, and I also attend college, which is a very hectic thing to do. I can have a project due on Monday, and I can have a track meet on Saturday. Sometimes I stay up till the wee hours of the morning doing work, annoying my parents because the music is so loud I'm trying to stay up to finish the work. But you have to get it done. You have to have a balance, or else there will be no balance, and without any balance, you will not go far in life. Giving back is an essential virtue. Giving back to your community is something that everybody should do, whether it's because you have to do it for your hours at school, or because you want to do it, or because your parents force you to do it. You should learn that lesson early. You should always try to lift a hand to people who are less fortunate. Every Christmas or Thanksgiving, me, my family, and friends collect clothes that we still wear, that we still cherish, because it is more important to give things that you like rather than things that you just don't care about. We collect food and we give them all a meal. We cook 6 turkeys, yams, greens, the whole 9 yards. And we go to the Atlanta Rescue Mission downtown, and we deliver the food to them, and we deliver the gifts to all the men in the homeless shelter. Once you achieve your excellence, don't isolate yourself from everybody else. Lift a hand up to people who are at the same level as you. Once again, Margaret Mountain Lions, congratulations on completing your first step to excellence. It is right at your grasp, and now all I have to do is reach your hand out and grab it.
Morning, students, parents, family members in the building, family members, that is. At this time, I would like to present 4 awards to 4 special students.